You, Chris Oyakhilome is on macroscopic level. You're on microscopic. He sees the Amazon. You see the ants walking underneath. You are micro, he's macro. I said, I don't know this guy to be prophetic. I was young. I didn't have an idea that this guy was really spiritual. God said, you call him guy. He's your father. I said, Listen, if you want to know what God is doing in the nations, I'm not talking about where earthquake is going to hit, which plane is going to fall. No, I'm not talking about that information. I'm talking about how God is moving nations around in his plan. You don't talk to Uebert, you talk to Chris Oyakhilome. I'm now getting access into his courts. I'm now even seeing more now. I now have the privilege of having him on the phone prophesying about me, prophesying about this church. And 2 weeks after that, things happen exactly the way he said, including the people he says. So many people ask me, why would you submit under Pastor Chris? He's not prophetic, because they don't know him the way I know him. And most people don't even watch nothing, because now there are so many false prophets, in fact Facebook prophecies, that just go there on Facebook and see your name and see your uncle and boom, you call your name. And because you are not, the power of discernment is not in you, you think they are seeing as they read your Facebook page. Pastor Chris is no joke. Don't play around with that.
The moment of truth is here again. You just heard Uebert, the way he hype Chris Oyakhilome. That's their gods. And the next video, you will hear Chris Oyakhilome himself, and you will know why people hype him, why he sees himself as their gods and their everything, and their all in all. Stay tuned.
Champion.
One day you're sitting on my bed, and Jesus walked in. I was sitting on the bed. I was sitting on the bed. I was sitting. Before he got to the door, the walls reported his presence. I knew somebody was coming in. By the time he got to the door, I fell with my head downward.
You just heard Chris himself. Jesus walked into his room. It's a lie, yo. Even the white man believed him. The whole world believed him. Jesus cannot visit you. And you will lie again in your life. And the thing of this world will matter to you again in your life. All of them keep lying, including Sunday Adelaja. He said Jesus appeared to him in his room, and he has defied more than 35 women in Ukraine. They are all liars, so my people, stay tuned.
There are many people all over the world, many ministers of the gospel, but there are not many men of God. And because you call somebody a man of God, now I've seen brethren greet each other, say man of God, man of God. Because you use the word man of God doesn't mean you're a man of God. You know, pastor is a man of God because he's born from the realms of the spirit. Because my first encounters with him, he was saying things that were very strange, and when I watched to see the things he talked about come to pass, I felt, you know, let me just start from the beginning. You know, we're just talking, and I never heard such a thing before in my life. So he said, do you know, this was way back in 1984, I think, 1984. And he said, do you know, if I cut any part of my skin, I would just put it back, and then there will be no scar, and then I would just slap it back, he used the word, and that is it. So I said, I moved away from him. I said, you did that? He said yes. Then I said, you're a witch. Then he said yes. I never came so close to someone who admitted. Then he said my own is not, I'm higher than that. So I'm at the highest level. I'm the higher. So I moved away. You know,
Chris was lucky that Oyedepo was not there. He will have received a hot slap.
I didn't think of the positive supernatural, but he immediately let me know that not this is witches are not at that level. He was talking about the supernatural.
He just heard Reverend Tom hyping Chris Oyakhilome. What he said about Chris, does it really make any sense? What's the meaning of all this? Hyping a man, follow a man like you, born to worship another man. That's another image of Abioye and Oyedepo. Stay tuned.
Before he comes back will be 7 plus 10. That's 17 years. Before Jesus comes back, 7 for the tribulation, 10 years before the Antichrist shows up. You see that? So 17 years in all, and Jesus shows up. If it is after. If it is inside, you have 3 years before he shows up. If it is across, you have 6.5 years before he shows up. But because 2020 has gone past 6 months already, you're in September, that means you have just 6 years. Which means, if it doesn't happen in 3 years, might be 6. If it doesn't happen in 6,
you just heard the king of Christ Embassy, their gods. That's the man everybody is been hyping. No, he said Jesus Christ is coming back. If it doesn't happen in 6 years, it will be 7 years. If it's not 7 years, it will be 10 years. That's their gods. That's their Almighty that can see everything, that see everything, see heaven and earth. Jesus himself does not know when he's coming back. Only the God, the Father, knows when Jesus Christ is coming back. Look at both of them there. Before they started stealing from people, look at their leg, their neck like tolo. Look at how skinny they are. My people, know God for yourself. Oh. Don't let anybody sell rubbish to you. All this brotherhood, hyping themselves, selling themselves to the world. My people, don't let them take you to where they are going. Oh. They are antichrist. Oh. Christ is not in them. Oh. Me, I will keep telling you. Oh. Don't fall for their lies, for their gimmicks, for their deception. Thank you, my people, for listening. He has denied the forecast. He has sent his people out to do another video. Maybe I will do that one later to say we misinterpreted him. What he said here, is it not clear enough? But he had denied it though. He had denied it though. He said we misinterpreted him. Thank you. See you on my next video. Bye for now.